It's your boy, Snapzilla Gorilla. Welcome, freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, freedom fighters. I just want to do this quick live stream. It's not going to be long at all. I wanted to bring you guys some info. Well, it's not really new information, right? This is not new information. I just wanted to bring this to you guys' attention so you can understand what we're dealing with come November. So come November, I just want to give you guys an understanding of how these people's minds work. Right now, we are involved in multiple proxy wars, multiple proxy wars. You got Ukraine and Russia. You got Iran. Well, you got Israel and Palestine. And also, it's like, seeming like Iran is going to get into the mix. And at the end of the day, these wars are banker wars. I just want you guys to understand that. These wars are banker wars. Our government is sending money, equipment, ammunition, weapons to Israel and Ukraine so that they can continue to engage in death-dealing war. At the end of the day, what shakes out at the end of the day? What's the bottom line to war? Death. Lots of death. And the people that keep us in these wars, these forever wars that keep us engaged in these conflicts, they are merchants of war. The defense contractors, they're merchants of war, right? They are merchants of death. They benefit and profit from death. They benefit and profit from one country gaining control over another country that they feel like they can benefit from. At the end of the day, that's what this is about. What's up, Dead Mike? Dead Mike's in the building. And I got somebody crawling up my ass. These fucking idiots. I'm doing 80 miles per hour. You got to do 90. Anyway, so these people, right, are so-called leaders, so-called presidents, so-called, Congress people, senators. They keep us engaged in these forever wars because they stand the most to gain from it, particularly the bankers, right? The bankers work through these people to. So basically what happens is they have to keep us engaged in something and shit like this because, and then they pass these things down to the Congress people, the senators, the presidents, that get up there and they tell you how important it is to support this country who's at war and that country who's at war, or they'll tell you how important it is for us to invade other countries because this country is a threat, that country needs democracy, this country needs to free its people, when at the end of the day, us getting involved is not going to do anything but create destruction. When we get involved and we stick our noses in other countries' affairs, it's not altruistic in the least, right? It's not altruistic in the least. Black Spring Autumn was good. No. When they get us involved in these conflicts, whether it be direct or proxy, whether we are supporting our allies or doing this or doing that, we are creating havoc. We are destabilizing, right? We are spreading this so-called democracy to people that never asked for it. The people of Iraq have never asked for democracy. The people in Afghanistan never asked for democracy. You can tell that because as soon as we got out of there, what did they do? They went back to their old ways. right? You think you're gonna go over there? This is what they want you to think. They want y'all to think that we're gonna go to these Muslim countries, right, where they treat women like shit. Women don't have rights. This, that, and the third. We're gonna go over there, and we're gonna make sure these women have rights. We're gonna make sure that we get them from the from up under the oppressive thumb of their patriarchal leaders. But really what we're doing is we're going over there to get what we want, which is to extract something, and then we're gonna get the hell out, or we're gonna stay as long as we see it's beneficial. Like if it's a strategic position, right? Is it strategic to stay in this area? Is it strategic to keep military bases in this country and that country, like they do in South Korea, like they do in Germany, like they do in different parts of the world, where we have had military installations for over 50 or 60 years. Or, well, going further than that, actually, going back to World War II and before that. So, and if it's not very strategic, we're going to leave it in shambles, right? So we're going to create all this destruction, mayhem, and death. We're going to act like we're going to rebuild, but at the end of the day, who's holding these people in account? Who's making sure that they actually do rebuild, right? And what are we rebuilding these regions to? What are we rebuilding them to? Why do we feel like we're going to go make shit better over there than it was, right? When they never, again, the people in these countries never asked us to come do shit for them. They never asked for this democracy. They never asked for Iraqi freedom. They never asked for any of that shit, right? And so there you have it. But we went over there anyway. And it was not to do the things that we said we were going to do. It wasn't to spread democracy. It wasn't to free these people. No, it was for the oil. The first time we went over and dealt with Iraq, they were trying to invade Saudi Arabia. We went over there and helped them because why? We wanted to ensure that we had a stranglehold on those oil fields, right? And so we wanted to go finish the job. We wanted to go get rid of Saddam Hussein so that we can have a lot more control. And so that's what the point of that was, right? And I wanted to bring you guys' attention to this. Madeleine Albright was part of she was a Secretary of State during the Clinton administration. And she went on 60 Minutes, right, in the 90s. She went on 60 Minutes, and the host or the interviewer asked her a very, very important question. A very important question. And she answered the question speaking the quiet part out loud. Because this is how these people think. When they smell war, this is how they operate. I want you guys to understand that. I'm going to play it real quick. It's like 25 minutes or 25 seconds. It's a 25-second clip of how these people operate. She's just saying the quiet part out loud. She's saying the quiet part out loud, but you know, many people don't know about this, and a lot of people that watch YouTube or maybe watch me may not have even been born in I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You may not have been born in the 90s, right? In the 90s, that was more what 90 or so. She was Secretary of State from 97 to 2001. Okay. And she said this, I think it was 1998 in the interview. So that's what, almost 30 years ago, 26 years ago, something like that. So 26 years ago, this woman said this. And many people don't even know about it. But this is how they think, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can pop it up.
We have heard that 500,000 children have died. I mean, that's more children than died in Hiroshima.
Let me know if y'all can hear that. If y'all can hear that, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear what she's saying, what if you can hear the system audio. Let me know if y'all can hear that. What? The fuck was that? All right.
We have heard that 500,000 children have died. I mean, that's more children than died in Hiroshima. And you know, is the price worth it?
I think this is a very hard choice, but we think the price is worth it.
Yeah, that was 1996. So that interview was in 1996, right? We had, and this was in regards to the first Iraqi war, all right? The first Iraq war, where, like the interviewer said, 500,000 children died. 500,000 children died. And she asked this woman, was it worth it? She believes it's worth it. She believes that the death of 500,000 children was worth engaging in war with Iraq. For what purpose? It was worth it. So, you think she's the only person in government that has this level of power? You think she's the only one that feels this way? This is how they operate, y'all. What was it worth? What was it worth? Spreading democracy is worth killing 500,000 people? 500,000 children? Maybe even more than that? That's just what they're telling you. And you know, okay, hop in front of me to fucking break. Okay, fucking idiot. Fucking clowns. Anyway, 500,000 children to engage in war for no fucking reason. Iraq was not doing anything to us. They weren't. All right? They were supposedly going after Saudi Arabia and whatever. Or Kuwait, actually. Kuwait. That was in Kuwait, actually. They were trying to invade Kuwait, so they say. And so they had to go and, you know, we had to go help Kuwait. All right. But were they doing that to us? So we went to go help Kuwait deal with Saddam Hussein in Iraq. And it was worth 500,000 children dying. That is worth it to her. And trust me, it's worth it to all her peers and all her cohorts, all up there in that level. It is worth it to them. And now we have these wars going on that are being waged by Ukraine and Israel and Russia and Palestine, and now Iran is involved maybe, and you know, Israel's talking about, they're threatening Iran, which would be a great big problem, right? If Israel engages in that regard directly with Iran, we're going to get sucked into it. We're going to get sucked into it. Believe that. We're going to get sucked into it, and at the same time, we have shit reaching a boiling point right here in this country. So if we end up, if Iran ends up in a conflict with Israel, we're going to get dragged into it. We're going to have to send troops to do something, right? We're going to get dragged into it. No fucking choice. We will get dragged into it, or they'll make it appear as though we don't have a choice, right? They'll make it this big threat, like, oh, Iran, we can't let them do this and that and the third to Israel. We got to step in directly. Because if they do whatever they want to Israel, well, they're going to come after us, and they're going to do this, and they're going to go into Europe, and they're going to, you know the game, right? Problem, reaction, solution. The problem is Iran is funding, Hamas and Palestine and all this other shit, and Israel's getting tired of it. So that's the problem. The reaction is, oh, we can't let them do that to Israel, right? So what's the solution? Well, we're going to have to go show Iran our military might to prevent them from wiping out Israel. They're going to come up with something. They're going to find a way to drag us into a war with Iran, and that's going to be the war to end all wars. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. Because guess what? What's going to happen? If we engage in direct warfare with Iran, China is going to invade Taiwan, right? They're going to invade Taiwan, and that's going to be a problem. And of course, we're going to have to deal with that, right? It's going to be a problem, right? So if we end up in direct conflict with Iran, and guess what? They're not going to declare war, right? They're not going to go through Congress. They're not going to go through the Senate. No, they're going to find a way to not have us. Trust me, they're going to find a way. We cannot get dragged into these wars, because at the end of the day,
we have heard that 500,000 children have died. I mean, that's more children than died in Hiroshima. And you know, is the price worth it?
I think this is a very hard choice, but we think the price is worth it.
The price is worth it. They don't care about children. They don't care about the death of children, let alone regular ass grown men and women civilians that get, dragged in, that get murdered and, get bombed and all this other shit. Get Predator drone bombed. Trying to target one individual, so you bomb an entire plaza and kill dozens of people. Like, they don't care, right? They don't care. And as long as we continue to submit these voting slips, these voting ballots, right? As long as we continue to put in our submission slip, this will continue, and it will get worse. We will get dragged in to a direct conflict with Iran if Israel and Iran end up getting into it. It won't happen right away. It won't happen right away, but it will happen. And think about it. Iran now has nuclear capabilities because the Biden administration, so they want you to believe, removed the sanctions that Trump had, or not. No, I don't even think it was Trump. I think the sanctions went back a few terms. But the point is, Biden ended those sanctions and allowed them to obtain nuclear capability. So this nuclear capability is now in play. And don't think they're not building nuclear weapons with the help of Russia, with the help of China, because they're aligned with those countries. So you're talking about Iran, China, and Russia, and possibly even North Korea, all being, trust me, they're ready and willing to come at us. Not because of what me and you did, because we didn't do shit to China. We didn't do shit to Iran. We didn't do shit to fucking Russia. We didn't do nothing to North Korea. No. Our government, right? Our so-called leaders, at the behest of the bankers and the defense contractors and all these people that benefit from war, had to just push their weight around, had to do this, had to do that. I mean, we already have enough of that going on with the other countries, right? China's running all up and through Africa. Russia has invaded Ukraine and all this other shit. Like, This shit has fostered. Let me tell y'all something, man. Governments, monarchies, however you want to look at them, whatever system you feel, is like a government where a few elite people have control over the vast majority of other people in their country, in their nation, in their whatever. There's always a thirst for more power and control. Once you have that control on a small scale, you don't feel like it's enough, right? Because you get high from that power. You feel euphoric from it, right? Some people just thirst for it. So you always want more. You always want to spread this. You always need more too. So the bigger your government gets, the bigger your entity, because understand, your power structure only exists through force. That's it. Through the threat of force or actual force. So the bigger your appetite gets, the more you need, the more sustenance you need, right? And to obtain more sustenance, the only way you can gain sustenance is to extract it from those those that you have ruled over. So the people you rule over, you get your sustenance, your wealth, your resources. You get it from them. You go to each individual. You take what you call their fair share, right? Oh, you have to pay your fair share. You take that from them because you're selling them the illusion and the dream that they need you to be safe and secure. They need you for food. They need you for water. They need you for that. But in reality, it's the reverse. They need you. They can't exist without you, but you can exist without them because you are the ones that know how to go out and get whatever it is you need to feed yourselves, right? You think that they put all this shit in place simply because they're government? No. All the systems we have, the highway systems, the trains, the roads, the hospitals, all this other shit. They said build it, but we built it, right? They didn't snap their fingers and this shit just appeared. People got together, people with a certain levels of skill, they came together and said, look, man, you know this, I know this, we have these abilities, we have this skill set, we all have our own skill set, we come together and we can make this shit happen. That's how it worked. And yes, they had to get paid, but they got paid for money that you gave to the government or that the government took from you. So at the end of the day, cut the middleman out and understand you don't need them. You don't need them. Because like I said, there will never be enough. Oh, pager attack. Yeah, I heard about that. That shit's kind of weird. I ain't really looked into it. I got to look into that though. There was pagers and some other device that blew up. Shit's crazy. I got to look into that. But y'all get what I'm saying, right? Y'all get what I'm saying? Why? What's up? These people, they don't care what the costs are. They don't care what the costs are as long as their people, their progeny, their children don't have to go and participate in these conflicts. They don't have to go do that. They're not going to send their children out there to do that. No, they're going to send your children. No. Yeah, they're going to send your children and all that. They're going to send your children, their children, their children, their children. They're going to volunteer. Your children are going to volunteer for the military. They're going to be the ones that get sent over there. They're not their children. So, and it's not their children over there being killed by you. You're not killing their children. You're going over to kill their children because they told you that they did something, or that you got to spread democracy, or you got to free Iraq, or you got to free this, you got to free that, you got to, oh, the women are living in horrible conditions, we got to go save them. Oh, okay, so we go over there and we bomb the shit out of their women, and we kill their women because their women are strapped with bombs, and you know, they want to kill us because you know, in their minds, we're the invaders, we're the ones, we're the bad guys. Yes, are there women over there that feel like they need to be free, and you know, they know they're oppressed? Yes. But the answer is not to go over there and bomb the shit out of half the country, kill 500 kids, because that's, you're not freeing women by killing their children. No, what you've done is you have put 500,000 parents, at least 500,000. Well, each of those, well, you know, how the, you know, could it be multiple children from the same parents? But you get what I'm saying. The parents of 500,000 children were not freed by this war, or by these wars. And by now, it's probably millions and millions of children, right? To this day, from the first Iraq war to now, it's probably tens of millions of children. We have no idea. So did we actually free these women, or did we place them in the prison of their own misery and grief? Have we freed them? Have we given them democracy? Or have we snatched their children away? Have we snatched their homes away? Have we snatched their husbands away? Their mothers, their sisters, right? Their teachers, the people that they're like us, right? Right? They are social beings just like Americans, right? They want y'all to think that they're savages and they're tribes people, and they still live like this and that. It doesn't fucking matter how they live. It doesn't matter how they live. The best that we can do, if we really feel like these people are being oppressed, the women are being oppressed, Saddam Hussein's people are being oppressed, they're being gassed and all this other shit, which were lies, right? They lied to y'all about what Saddam Hussein was doing. They lied to y'all about what Muammar Gaddafi was doing. They lied to y'all so that you could be okay with them killing 500,000 children. Plus, they did that so that you could be okay with that level of collateral damage, right? Because they don't care about those children. And I will say this, I was in the military, I was in the Army, but thank God I never had to go over there and kill in the name of these fucking heathens. Thank God I never had to go and kill in the name of these psychopaths. Yeah, no, I didn't. I never did. Thank God. I'm glad I didn't. And you know, I'll never understand those individuals out there that were in the military but never served, like never went to war, and they'll lie to you and say they did. I'll never understand that. Can you get a Hoya? You mean Hua? 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 Not Hoya. But I got what you're saying, though. It's all good. But I mean, listen, man. I'm glad I don't have the blood of one child on my hand, let alone 500,000, or however many I would have been responsible for slaughtering if I went over there. If I was going over there, where I actually my fucking unit went right before I left, right before I got out. Because we didn't even know we were going. My unit didn't know they were going until I was like 30 days or so out. I was 30 days from getting out of the military. So I wasn't going. overseas. I wasn't going to fight in that war. But a week after they got there, I was in 11 Mike. I was in a mechanized unit. I was in a K-Guard J was good. 22 Ronin was good. I was in a mechanized unit. I was in 11 Mike. And I was a dismount, right? I was dismount, meaning, dismount in a Bradley fighting vehicle. I was dismount for a Bradley fighting vehicle. I think they replaced them with Strikers now. They got the Strikers now. But I was a dismount, and my Bradley team got hit with an IED within a week of going out there. They were patrolling in Fallujah, and they were patrolling for IEDs. Don't ask me why an infantry unit was doing that without the proper tools and equipment. An EOD team should have done that. But hey, what do I know? But they pulled up to this pile of rocks or whatever it was, and it escapes me. The reasoning escapes me, but so there were three sergeants, right? There was a first sergeant, a staff sergeant, and my team leader, who was a sergeant. They all died. Boom. Immediately. My leader didn't die right away. He died when he got back to the United States. But the first two died instantly because the IED went off. And the Bradley was a little bit further up from this pile of rocks, right? From this IED. So my team leader wasn't even outside. But the platoon leader, right, he was in the turret, right? He came out and looked up from the top of the Bradley. He came out of the hole. And then the staff sergeant went up towards the pile of rocks. And they had some remote device, right, that they set off. Boom, it killed those two instantly. The guy was, the platoon sergeant from the top, he was leaning over. I don't know why the fuck they would. I have no idea why they would do that. I have no fucking clue. I wouldn't. A pile of rocks on the side of the road just sitting there? No. I don't understand that. I don't understand why he had to get out and walk over to whatever. But so my team leader, who was the sergeant that died later, he was toward the back, right? Toward the back of the Bradley. Meaning when the hatch in the back lowered, he would be at the front. Well, they lowered the hatch. He lowered the hatch to see what the fuck was going on. And my position would have been directly across from him at the hatch. Right? Now, I might have been I might have been blown up with these motherfuckers if I went out there. So, the point is, I probably wouldn't have lived long enough to kill somebody, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm not glad I didn't go over there to get killed. I'm glad I didn't go over there to have to kill for these motherfuckers. In the name of the bankers, in the name of the defense contractors, I'm glad I didn't have to go over there and kill for them, right? And yeah, I don't want to die for these motherfuckers either. Fuck that. But it is what it is. The point is, they don't care, right? And it's not just these 500,000 to tens of millions of children that have died to this day, right? And if you want to go all the way back to the first war we ever engaged in the United States, is going to be in the hundreds of millions, right? 250 million total and counting, that our government is responsible for murdering. But the point is, they don't care. So they don't care about us dying. for their bullshit, and they don't care about us killing children. So when are we going to come to the realization that we should not be putting our faith and our freedom and our lives in the hands of these people? We should not allow their decisions to dictate our lives, but we sit here, we understand the trifling behavior these people engage in. We understand how wicked and evil these motherfuckers are, yet and still we continue to line up around the block to submit to these motherfuckers. And I will never understand that, but it is what it is. At some point in time, maybe we'll wake up. Maybe we'll understand it. Maybe we'll say enough is enough one day. I have faith in that. I think that one day we will have no choice, right? We will have no choice. But I hope it's sooner than later, right? Before I get too old to see it. I still want to be young and fit and healthy and athletic enough to do what we got to do, right? When that time comes, I want to be fit and fighting ready. When that time comes that we got to do what we got to do, hey, I don't want to be the rickety old man. Let's make this happen ASAP. You know what I'm talking about? While I'm still fit, while I'm still able to do shit. So, and you know, I got to go get me LASIK too, man, so I don't have to worry about fucking glasses, because I'm a great shot, but I don't want to have to wear glasses to be a great shot. I want to be able to not have to wear these motherfuckers. So the sooner I get that done, the better. But y'all get what I'm saying, right? I don't want to be old and gray. Well, I'm already pretty gray right now, right? Pretty gray right now. I don't want to be super old and, you know, hunched over and all this other shit. You know, forgetting everything. I already forget enough shit right now, as it is. So, hey, let's make this happen ASAP, yo. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna get on off this live stream. Hopefully I have, you know, triggered something in your mind to help you decide whether or not you want to continue to submit and consent to be governed. Hopefully I've done a little bit of something. That's just one government person, but listen, they all think that way, right? They all think that way. They all do not care. They all think death is worth what the war brings them, right? But war enriches them. War gives them more power. War gives them more, you know, intimidation factors, and these people are sick. It's psychopathic, right? So anyway, much love. Like, share, subscribe, or not, and let's keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.